This copyrighted telecast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent of NASCAR Broadcasting. NASCAR would like to thank all of our loyal fans for your continued support, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.
In the sucker hole now, he's in the middle, and you can hear him lifting off the throttle. He can't stay wide open now.
6 laps away from the break. Tony Stewart leads Kurt Busch, Kevin Harvick, and Dale Earnhardt Jr. Dale Jarrett's view of the shootout field, and look who's up to 5th place. Ken Schrader, 50 years old, in his 17th Budweiser Shootout, a 2-time winner. That last victory coming 17 years ago. And there's Schrader in the Wood Brothers Air Force number 21.
And now's when you can really tell who's got a good handling race car, who can still partially, almost all the way, hold that thing wide open around here. Maybe squeezing out a little bit, but not a lot.
Because when those cars start to get loose and they start to push the front end, the steering wheel doesn't fix it. You have to start rolling.
You got to roll up out of the gas. You don't have a lot of horsepower, and you kill your momentum.
2 laps to the end of the first segment. And then they'll get a chance to work on these cars. All of these drivers will be competing in Daytona 500 qualifying tomorrow on Fox, 2 p.m. Eastern Time. They will not be using the same cars they're racing tonight in the Budweiser Shootout.
You know, one car that was working his way to the front, now you see him back there, the DuPont, the 24 car, Jeff Gordon. Remember, Dick Berggren talked about the car is running hot. They put tape on the nose of these cars where the air flows to cool the water in the radiator. The more tape you put on it helps the aerodynamics, but it also can heat the water up.
I mean, Larry, look at the opening he's got. He's got just a little bit of an opening at the bottom of the grill at the top, and then that teeny bitty hole at the bottom. That's not much opening for traffic.
Couple more to the break, couple more.
That was his crew chief, Steve Letarte. So you would have to believe one of the adjustments they'll make during this break is take a little bit of that tape off.
And that upsets the balance of the car. So now you got to be able to remember, when I take that tape off, I got to maybe make another little adjustment to go along with it.
Kevin Harvick from Bakersfield, one of 5 native Californians in this race. 4 drivers from North Carolina, 2 from Virginia. He leads Tony Stewart, Kurt Busch, Kurt's younger brother Kyle, and Dale Earnhardt Jr. And those first 7 cars, they've found the short way around, right down against the yellow line, bottom of the racetrack.
Yeah, you see as we go along here, coming to the 20-lap mark at this front 7 here, 7 or 8. And then there's another group that's kind of falling back.
And I really believe Tony Stewart in the 20 car, he was content once he got there to stay behind Kevin Harvick in the 29 to get to this lap 20.
Complete, and as the field comes to the back straightaway, the caution is out. The drivers will come to pit road, and for 10 minutes they'll be able to perform routine maintenance and changes. Then we'll go at it again.
Man, I'm glad we got that break in. Whew. I'm out of breath.
Front 7 cars, single file, double file from there on back, and wait till next Sunday on Fox, when the Daytona 500 starts. 43 of these cars.
Boy, did you see what?
Here he goes. They almost opened the door for him.
Oh, I knew that was coming. He got him loose going in, switched over from the right to the left real quick, got him loose, pushed him out of the way.
And here comes David Gilliland back there in 2nd place in that 38 car, and there's Jeff Burton in the 31 fighting to the outside for 3rd place.
They lost a little bit of momentum there with the 5 car to 20 when he made contact. That let these guys there on the outside like Burton really close back up.
And now this is where those 2 tires hurt Kyle Busch back there in the pack. He definitely can't maneuver now.
Well, and it also caused him to lose a lot of grip down here in the corner when Tony got up around him the way he did.
How mad is Kyle Busch right now, and what can he do about it?
There's not a thing he can do about it right now. And just remember what we said at the top of the show. This is all about winning. There's no points. You didn't come here for just a good, solid finish.
I don't know if I like the way you said that, Larry. Nothing he can do about it right now.
Tony Stewart trying to win his 3rd race of the year. He won at Fort Wayne, and he won the Chili Bowl in Tulsa during the NASCAR offseason. David Gilliland, whose father was a great West Coast racer. Butch Gilliland won some titles out west. David hopped in an unsponsored Busch car, partial schedule car, won a big race to the attention of Robert Yates, got the cup ride when Elliott Sadler left in the Yates camp, Everybody said David who? Now they know.
David against Goliath right now, and I'll tell you something. Kurt Busch in that 2 car got shuffled all the way almost to the back. There he is, back up in 4th.
Krista?
Well, we mentioned that Ricky Rudd is up top giving this driver advice when he needs it. He doesn't need any advice right now. So Earl Barbin, the spotter for the rest of the year, is back on the mic telling David that he is all clear. Now, Greg Biffle may not win this race, but he may be a prognosticator. He said about 20 laps ago, guys, David Gilliland is going to win this thing.
Thanks, Krista. We saw David march his way methodically up through the field. Never put a wheel wrong, never got out of shape, hugged the bottom of the racetrack. When other drivers made moves, he moved up to cover the spot.
5 laps to go.
Let's go back to that Tony Stewart move on the 5 real quickly, because you won't believe what Tony really moved him out of the way long before he ever bumped into him. Watch this. He goes, well, this is when he put the push on him right here. But he got him in that position by making a couple of moves across the back of that car.
Alan Gustafson and crew weren't pleased. See their driver fall from the lead after leading the most laps tonight.
And now Kyle is really starting to fall backwards. Remember, that bump, that's happening at over 185 miles per hour down there in the corner.
4 laps to go. And Tony Stewart, up until the green flag in the Budweiser Shootout, has had a horrible day. In Daytona 500 qualifying practice early, he was on his mock qualifying run when a caution came out. They had to take the car to the garage, cool it down. About an hour later, he finally did get to make a run. They had a fuel pump problem. Then he finally got to make a run and was 9th fastest on the day. But it has been a trying day for Tony Stewart. All that's forgotten now. He's out front here with 3.5 laps to go.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. in the 8 car, bringing Kyle Busch in the 5 with him to the bottom. Just not sure they're going to have near enough laps to get up to the front, though.
No, and it's going to be really, it's going to take some help
Behind you.
for Gilliland to be able to pull out and make a pass on Tony Stewart. Tony's car is really, really fast.
3 laps to go as they come to the stripe. Right there. Stewart's Chevrolet, Gilliland's Ford, and Sadler's Dodge, the front 3. Vickers is the first Toyota. He's in 9th place.
Now, if Sadler, if he could get up to the back bumper of Gilliland and really give him a push down the back, they might be able to make something happen.
But now Kurt Busch,
here comes Kurt
he
Busch.
got Sadler up high a little bit. He's trying to take 3rd place away with help from Harvick in the 29.
Kevin Harvick gives him a little push into turn 3, and look at him go by the Dodge on the outside.
And he's out there with no help right now, Elliott Sadler.
That's pretty impressive, that 2 car to come back, because I'm telling you, he was caught 3 wide, went all the way to the back, and here he is up in 3rd place, got a shot.
Our DLP Ultimate Picture Cam suspended by cables above the start-finish line, where in just 2 laps, somebody is going to hit the bank.
Well, we know what Tony Stewart in the 20 car is going to do for 5 more miles. He's going to hug that yellow line right there.
Boy, I tell you, Gilliland is really closing up. He loses a little ground off of 2 right there. Car's probably a little tight. If he can get some help from behind, he might be able to make a run down the back going into 3.
And that's the big question. Will that number 2 of Kurt Busch help him or go his own way?
That's dictated by what kind of run he has. If he's got a passing run, Kurt might go with him. If he's just got to get out there and get hung run, he's going to get hung out to dry.
1 lap to go. Somebody is about to win at least $215,000.
Kurt Busch keeps peeking around back there in that 2 car.
You got to get closer together than that.
Dale Earnhardt won this race a record 6 times. Jeff Gordon, 3-time winner. Nobody else has won more than 2. Excuse me, Dale Jarrett's a 3-time winner. Nobody else has banked more than 2. Tony Stewart could win his 3rd right here. Here they come for the flag.
Whoa.
Big crash.
Denny Hamlin involved.
Stewart, Gilliland, Busch, the finish. Tony Stewart wins his 3rd Budweiser Shootout as Elliott Sadler and Denny Hamlin come across the line in a shower of sparks.
Last year's winner in the infield wreck on the last lap.
Within about 200 yards of the start-finish line.
See, I think I've seen Everhand cars torn up more the last couple of laps of races than anybody cars I can remember.
And Kyle Busch, who led the most laps, has to be satisfied with 7th.
Nice job, Tony.
And how about the rookie David Gilliland?
That's pretty impressive, boys.
Finishing 2nd to Stewart by 13/100ths of a second.
Because he got
There
shoved
he
into
is.
the back.
Thank you guys.
Yeah.
This is awesome.
But you know what this does? It just gives him more and more confidence every time he has a run like this.
With a team like he has, Todd Parrott on the pit box, the way that car runs, yeah, I'd say they got a lot to look forward to next Sunday.
Elliott Sadler and Dale Earnhardt Jr. both okay. Jr. drives away. And Denny Hamlin climbs out to do it here tonight. But let's look at this finish. Watch the 19 and the 11 and the 8.
I think Junior got in the back of Elliott.
And nowhere for Denny Hamlin
and,
to go.
And Elliott then went down the hill, down the track into the 11, almost turned him over. And here comes his teammate, Casey Kane, and rams into the side of the 11 car.
Greg Biffle was also involved.
And you know, Mike, none of these cars are their Daytona 500 cars, but a lot of them are their backup Daytona 500 cars.
Hard to tell if Sadler was already a little loose when Dale Jr. got to him. But there certainly was enough contact to send him around.
This look here may give it to us.
Looked to me like the 8 probably got into the back of the 19.
This copyrighted telecast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent of NASCAR Broadcasting. NASCAR would like to thank all of our loyal fans for your continued support, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.